welcome back to another Sims 4 building challenge. My favorite thing to do in The Sims is build inspired by the weirdest things. I get creative with the weirdest of ideas. Today, as you can see by the title, we are going to be building a house where each room is inspired by a different country. This idea I have seen Deligracy do, and she did a very good job, to be fair. For the type of countries she randomized, I don't even understand why she randomized them. Why didn't she just pick a few nice ones that she knows? But anyway, she did an amazing job. But that got me thinking, I want to use countries that I actually know and that I've been to. Well, except for one of them. I haven't been to one of them, but it's America. But you get it. Anyways, I like doing builds like this, as you know, inspired by the weirdest of concepts to keep the game fresh, to see how many different styles and ideas I can portray within my build. I think it's just a very fun way of getting creative in The Sims, and I think you should try it too. Do it. This is so aggressive all of a sudden. So I have a list of things, as I always do. I just come prepared with my notes. But we are going to be doing 6 different countries and 6 different rooms in today's video. So let me name out the countries we will be doing. We are going to be doing Ireland, of course, as this is currently where I am sitting. I'm in Ireland. Anyway, we're going to be doing Japan, of course. Woohoo! Japan, the best country ever. Anyways, and we're going to be doing Poland as well, of course. Why didn't I say that as number 2? I'm Polish, by the way. So Poland is very close and dear to my heart. We're going to also be doing France as one of the countries, considering I've been to France many times and I do really like France. I've actually been there in April this year. Well, to Paris. So yeah, France is one of them. Then we're going to be doing Spain. I love Spain. Spain is great. I don't know what you want me to say. It's very cool style as well. And I don't usually build in that type of Mediterranean kind of, well, I feel like I do. But anyways, whatever. Then the last one is going to be North America, but kind of mainly so like New York apartment style. You're gonna get it when you see it, because I can't just say America. That's way too broad. Then if I say North America, there's so many different styles in North America as it is. But I think the style that I want to try today is just like a New York, kind of Brooklyn vibes. I don't know. Never been to New York. I really want to go. I'm planning to go next year. So let me know if it's great, or let me know if it should or should not go. I don't know. But yeah, that's what I want to do. I mean, there's so many other countries, of course, that I've been to and that I could do. So maybe we could do this again in a more like broad spectrum. But for today, we're doing those countries. And what I am going to be doing is I'm going to be randomizing which country I do for which room. Of course, that's what we're going to do, except for one. Because I thought to myself, I really want this to look nice, of course, as I do with most of my builds. And I thought to myself, you can kind of do like, just say like a French kind of a vibey theme. You can do Spanish, and you'll know definitely the Brooklyn, New York apartment style. You'll definitely know what that is. Irish, of course, you'll be able to tell. Japanese, the most stand-outish style you can see amongst all of those. But then I was thinking to myself, how in the name of God am I going to make Poland shine through in this challenge? And the problem that I have within The Sims is that a lot of our items that we have, they're really mainly based on either like very stylistic places, such as Japan, just say, for example. There's kind of like Australian bits here. There's very like Americans, North American, South American. I don't know. There's a lot of like Western kind of vibes going on. A little bit of European, but there is absolutely, I want to say personally, there's like zero Eastern European representation in The Sims. There is a couple of things, maybe, but like even thinking about a couch, I was like, if God forbid Poland lands in the sitting room, I mean, if I land on sitting room for Poland, I was looking at the couches and I genuinely don't know how I would make it look, I suppose, Polish themed, because a lot of the more like modern contemporary like styles that they use right now is very just contemporary. Like that could be a Polish couch for all we know. This could be a Polish couch. There isn't necessarily like the Eastern European representation within the items. So then I thought to myself, the one that really stands out to me would be a kitchen. So we're going to do a Polish kitchen today, because when I was a kid at our house or my grandmother's house or out in the countryside, you would find kitchens that are very kind of old-fashioned looking like that, and they're very kind of crowded. They're quite small in the layout. So I'm going to do like a very particular Polish kind of kitchen layout. So that is one that I thought to myself, I can't spin the wheel for that, because I'm not doing like a Polish dining room, and it's literally just going to be like a modern dining table, because there is no kind of such thing, I suppose. And there's no traditional like 90s Eastern European vibes in The Sims, which I think we need an Eastern European pack like ASAP, like yesterday. We need it. Even with the windows and things, there's a lot of things that I wish we had to represent an Eastern Europe in general. So that's what we're going to be doing. So all the other ones I will be spinning. I'm going to build us a little house. So I said I'd take you along with me for this. So since there's no hallway included in this, because I think that would be way too many countries, we're going to do kind of like an entryway kind of vibe, directly kind of going into a sitting room, I guess. So what I will do is I might do a little bathroom, maybe like that. Okay, then we could have this as our little sitting room, but that's going to be our like entryway. So that's fine. Although, yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it? I don't know. Nothing makes sense really, ever. Why can't I make this a part of that? Okay, thank you very much. I actually am running out of different types of like layouts and things that you can do in The Sims. Weirdly enough, it's the layout that actually really does catch me out, you know? So we need a dining room. Oh, yeah, we need a bathroom, sitting room, just say office, and then we could do like maybe kitchen and then dining room. What kind of, oh wait, bedroom. Whoopsies. Maybe we could do, okay, the sitting room feels very large. What if I do dining room like coming off of the sitting room? Okay, I feel like it's this room. Oh my God, what is this build? What am I doing? Like, what am I doing? Okay, so I know that the kitchen is going to be quite small because I am going to make it very like Eastern European vibed. So our kitchens would have been like very skinny and narrow is what I am attempting to say, but skin came out. So I want to kind of represent that in that kind of shape, I think. But then I'm okay with the dining room being a bit bigger, you know? Even actually maybe a bit bigger. Why don't you think, oh, this is a room. Can I not extend? Okay, there we go. So like that could be our dining room, whatever dining room that will be. I feel like that's a bit big for a dining room. That's the sitting room. Okay, now what? Suppose we could do like a bedroom here, but where does a bloody bathroom go? I don't like having a bathroom without a window. Oh, so that's a problem. One second. What if I do like office like that? Okay. We could do like a little bathroom like this. Is that weird? Probably. Unless, wait now, if I move this over one and I just make the bathroom a bit bigger. I feel like I've done a layout like this before, but I don't know. Maybe I haven't. Okay, so that would be like, it's a pretty big sitting room, but we kind of need like a little hallway that I'm going to incorporate in with the sitting room. That's definitely going to be our little Polish kitchen. I wonder would I make the kitchen a little bigger? Can I just see how much space a table will require? Like, I feel like that's okay. I do, yeah, I feel like that's big enough realistically. Like all you need is a table. Yeah, so maybe look, I will make the kitchen a little bit bigger. If not, when we're actually building it, I can adjust the space a little. Maybe we could actually start with the kitchen. What do we think? Should I just start with the kitchen to get it out of the way? Well, let me just make the place just feel a bit nicer, and then we'll do a bit of landscaping and we'll start off with the kitchen. Okay, so I managed to make it look like this. Very boring, very simple. I don't know what those white trimmings are, but we're going for white trimmings. Actually, wait now. Is white trimmings just weird? I just never know what color trimmings to do. Would I do the light gray? But then again, the white looks good. Or maybe we'll do two different ones. Let's do two different ones. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so I'm going to just show you a little bit of the landscaping. So actually, I think it would be kind of funny if we also try and do like the doors and the windows as best as we can, obviously. Might not do the actual like interior doors in that style, but look, we'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can achieve. So as you see, while I'm blabbering on here about useless crap, I'm just showing you how I am landscaping. I do the same thing all the time. And I mean, it probably would be great if I maybe did some other styles of landscaping, but I just personally think that the way I do it, it's just really fun and it just makes it look realistic in my game, and I really enjoy doing it this way. It's also very satisfying making it look like this. So yeah, that's my favorite type of landscaping. I've kind of explained it in one of my last videos as well. So if you do want to know more info about it, or if you want me to explain a bit more, let me know. Or if you have any particular questions about it, I can continue explaining in certain videos. But yeah, that's kind of what I do. And and it just makes the house feel like it's sitting within the nature rather than me just like placing down a house and it just looks so awkward and so artificial. You know, it's best to make things look as well, you don't have to make things look realistic in your game if that's not the type of style that you're after, but I think sometimes The Sims can feel like such an artificial little land of hopes and dreams and everything is so unrealistic, that, you know, it's kind of nice to make things feel a bit overgrown and a bit like shabby here and there, you know. I don't know, it just makes me feel happy doing it this way. Anyways, try to use the exact same shrubs throughout the whole house to make it look like it's sitting within the correct region. Don't try using like way too many different grasses and bushes because it's just going to end up looking like really fake, and that's essentially the total opposite of what we're trying to achieve here. So even like over here, maybe I might do like a bit of a grassy, okay, well, of course it's grassy, but what I might try do here is a little bit of like flowers. So go into your flowers, these are my personal favorite to use. I'm going to make one of them a bit smaller. Can I change the color of these? Oh no, I can't. Okay, well, I'm going to use some of these flowers, maybe one of these bushes as well, just like make some of them a little bit smaller, and that just adds a little bit of color as well. And usually flowers are a bit more, I guess, common in the back garden. Actually no, maybe I'm totally wrong, but that's just what I like to do. So again, I'm just going to underline that all with a nice bit of brown, and you can see already that just looks really cute and just a little bit more pretty and less fake Sims like. So I guess we are ready now to spin for the first room that we will be doing. Let me just do the Polish kitchen first. I think that would be ideal. So anyway, this is our kitchen right here, ladies and gentlemen, and we are going to be doing it in a Polish theme. Whatever that means, you may be confused what that means, and I will explain. So I'm talking about like, well, I was born in 96, so that's kind of what I remember. My grandmother's kitchen just being so old and kind of shabby, and most Polish people, well, when I was growing up, all of the Polish people I knew, they didn't have like a standalone house like that. They lived in apartments. We have really small apartment complexes, so the kitchens used to be quite small, narrow and long, and they kind of had just like a window in the middle, because obviously like you kind of have a window in every room in an apartment, you know, but it would have, again, a window that we don't have because all of these windows here are either Western or overly stylized. There's no like Eastern European, like I think that even is way too, like you'd find that in Ireland, you wouldn't find that in Poland. This, forget about something like that. We did not have windows like this. It's hard to describe, but genuinely, if you think about like this window, obviously that's very Japanese, but if it was like slightly longer, that's kind of what we had. Should I use it? I feel like I will, because what we also have, I don't know whether this is very common in other countries. It is also in Ireland, but we have windowsills. And The Sims seems to hate that idea. Maybe in America you don't have windowsills, but we definitely do. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to use a shelf and kind of make a little windowsill for us. Because again, I don't think I've ever been to a house that doesn't have windowsills. So we would just have something like that. Now, that probably is a little bit too big, and I suppose the window would be a little bit further in the wall, if you get me. So that essentially doesn't really make sense, but imagine that. Like that is kind of what we would have, you know, we'd have a little windowsill. There, that is perfect. Here's your windowsill. That's exactly what it is. So then what we would have would be countertops kind of running on that wall, I would like to think. So imagine countertops. We would have something like that, but definitely in a very plain color. You would have either brown, you could have a bit of yellow, but not really a lot of wood. It was definitely just like white would work. Actually, these really remind me of my grandmother's house. Now that I think about it, that really does remind me of my grandmother's house. Those kind of like wooden, kind of like open slates in there. So something like that could work. That I feel like is a bit too country vibed, but then again, I think you could find something like that in maybe like more of the countryside in Poland. Now, when it comes to the stove, we definitely, like, I remember we had stoves like that. Like I genuinely, okay, not the wood, but like gas kind of stoves. I genuinely do remember my grandmother having one of these, but kind of the Sims ones are a bit much. Like my grandmother was not a witch, you know, so she didn't have something like this from this pack. So I'm kind of thinking maybe we could go for this one from the cottage living, and I definitely think something like that in that beigey kind of color, spot on, you know. I'm kind of thinking about a mixture of my grandmother's house and just like in general for kitchens that I've been to, and I'm kind of thinking this is a little too big. So I'm wondering, do I give the bedroom a bit more or do I give the dining room a bit more? We can give the bedroom a bit more. It's a big bedroom though. Yeah, but let's do it. Who cares? Okay. So then what I would imagine is that there would be just like a regular kind of like fridge here. Obviously that fridge is going to struggle to open there. So maybe we could put it like a slight angle or something. Definitely practicality is a lot stronger than the actual stylistic choices, I would say, in Polish homes, especially the older kind of ones. So I would say that fridge at an angle is perfect, but also imagine that window being in a bit more into the wall. Okay, so I would say the sink would be like there. But also another fun fact, in Poland, I don't know whether this is all across Eastern Europe, but we would have under the sink, that's where you have your bin. So that's where you put all of your like waste and stuff. So I think what I might do is I might actually just like put the bin next to the sink. I know that looks ridiculous and I don't think any of those items will now be functional, but it's just to symbolize the fact that all of our waste in the bin, because we don't really do recycling, it's only like a very common thing now in Poland in the recent years to start recycling and separating your rubbish. But before, it was like one little bin under the sink and you throw in glass, you throw in waste, you throw in dry recyclables, everything in all at once. It was just going into landfill. But so yeah, tragic and horrible, but that's what we had and no one said anything. In Poland also, it's very common not to have doors. And you may be like, Sandra, what name of God are you talking about? But we don't really, well, no, we do. That's very dramatic. But when I was a kid, I remember we had these like slidey kind of retractable doors that were made out of this like weird plastic to resemble wood. But 90% of the rooms that I remember, they were just like archways. And we were okay with that. We didn't question anything at all. We just had archways, you know? Yeah, we had things like this. I feel like I almost would try and use this. Will I do it? I feel like it would be like a wooden color. Yeah, it definitely would be something like that. So let me just get rid of this. Okay, maybe we could just put it like there. I don't know how much functionality that will have because I think it needs to like slide to the side here. Okay, maybe we could just go like here. Yeah, definitely something like that. Now I feel like this kitchen is a little bit too white. Okay, so I've started cluttering quite a bit because I remember my grandmother, and still kind of to this day, it's just so cluttered with stuff. I think because of that practicality, I'm kind of thinking that they just don't want to throw away some things. Like we keep all of our jars just in case my grandmother wants to make pickles, you know, where is she going to get the jars from? She keeps them. That's what she does. So we definitely would have a sink, and then next to it, the drying rack, definitely a bread bin. Is that what they're called? They definitely have a bread bin because definitely the sandwiches in the morning, absolutely, that's your breakfast. So then there will be stuff around the place, and I pulled out a lot of other things that I want to put into this room. But this is the main other thing that I noticed in like every single Polish kitchen. So I guess because the small kind of nature of these traditional old apartments in Poland, you didn't have a dining room. Forget your fine dining. When people come over, no, there's no dining. We just had a kitchen, sitting room, a bedroom, a bathroom if you're lucky. I'm joking. You obviously had a bathroom. But there was no such thing as dining. So you had like the tiniest little shabby table. Okay, I'm actually almost thinking of using this one with like the dirty cloth. But like maybe there's a nicer one actually. One second. Maybe this one's nicer. Or this one actually. You'd have just like a little table with a cloth. Not necessarily round. I want to say like it would be more square. But like my grandmother had this. She literally had something like this. Like I'm not even kidding you. And on top of it, you would do your like baking. Like when you're making cookies, you'd need the dough on the table. Obviously you take the cloth off and whatever. But like that is something now that just reminds me so much of home. We would have like the chairs like stacked kind of behind the table because obviously we're trying to use, oh my god, we're trying to use the table and not necessarily the chairs. But you'd also have like one kind of chair out so that you could sit on it, if you get me. Oh my god, okay, this is desperately trying to like snap to the table, but that's not what I want. And there definitely would be like a shelving unit, kind of like something like this almost. Something weird. Something that, oh, well, maybe that's actually quite pretty. That's quite nice. But I feel like we'd have more. We'd have like more storage on the other side, kind of like this, I suppose. But it also would not match any of the other furniture in the kitchen, you know? So it's very like mismatched. I feel like that's kind of Eastern Europe for some reason. It's kind of giving me like 60s vibe, but also kind of Eastern Europe vibe. I don't know. This is also giving me Eastern Europe vibes. I don't know how, but you get the idea. As I said, we don't really have a lot of objects, I suppose, to represent that kind of style. So I guess it's very difficult for me to be able to show you all of this. And also because we're not using that chair over there, there'd be like stuff behind the chair. So you try to sit down and then grandma's like, be careful, apple tart is down there. The pickles and the jam are down there, be careful. So yeah, it's really funny and I kind of miss it. You know, I don't visit my country enough. Really sad, actually. Let's not go there today. Okay, so that is the finished Polish style kitchen. Let me know what you think of that. Honestly, it's a very refined taste, I suppose. But let's spin. Let's actually start the video because I feel like this video is going to be 17 years long. Let's spin for the first room that we will be actually doing a randomized. So what room are we going to be starting with? Oh, the bathroom. Oh, Lord above. I'm scared. I'm genuinely so scared, but anyway, we gotta do it. So let's spin what country the bathroom we are going to be doing. Let's see. Oh my god, a Spanish bathroom. Are you kidding me? What does that even mean? I guess there's different types of, like, I suppose Spanish interiors that we could go for, but I think I might try and go for a bit more of like a modern twist to the traditional Spanish vibe. So I'm kind of thinking we could go for like maybe white, browns, and maybe some blue swatches, maybe something like that kind of Spanish vibes. I think that would be pretty cute to do something like this. I've been to Spain many times and I've been to the continent. I've been to like some Spanish islands. I don't know. I do enjoy going to Spain, but it is definitely a style that, like, there's a lot to it, I think. It isn't just like one Spanish style. So it's pretty interesting. I'm kind of thinking of something like that. Like that to me also seems a bit Spanish, but I think I'm gonna go for like that kind of vibes today, I think. Should I? I think so. I don't know. Oh, maybe this one actually. Yeah, let's do this one. 1 second. Which swatch was that? This one. I'm going to bring that up quite high here. And maybe I'm going to do a lower kind of one here. And then we'll just paint the rest white. Okay. Spanish vibes? I don't know. Yeah, maybe something a little bit like that. I mean, it's a bathroom. What are you expecting from me? Maybe we could also try and use this door. I know it's like a bit weird to have windows into a bathroom, but like weirdly enough, actually in Poland, we would find bathrooms that have windows into them. I think it's more for ventilation purposes and the glass would be frosted, but you get the idea. I don't really know what style to click on because there's like French country, but we want, is it mission? Is that a style that would kind of be Spanishy vibed? I'm just gonna make it up as I go when it comes to Spain. I feel like a bath, like a really fancy bath would be something kind of Spanishy. I don't know, maybe something like that, like a nice little Spanish bath, but then also like an open kind of shower. So maybe I could actually do one of these. Wait, maybe if I actually put the bath in this way, right? We'll put the shower there with like a divider. Okay, very interesting vibes. Then we will just have maybe like a sink on this side. Like, what's a Spanish sink? Like, excuse me. I see now where Deligracy was coming from, where she was like, this is difficult. I was like, how is this going to be difficult, Deligracy? How? And here I am, struggling to say the least. I have typed in Spain bathroom into Google and I am kind of looking there for inspiration. So I'm kind of thinking maybe I could do something like that. Okay. And then we could just do a sink. Kind of maybe something like that. Oh, definitely that plant. Like that plant looks Spanish to me and it hasn't even said anything yet, you know? It just looks very Spanish. Okay, I also forgot I need a toilet as well, but I'm gonna put this here. Maybe we could try and do like a blue color and then a nice Spanish toilet. I wonder, slightly stylized maybe? Maybe something like that. I think that's pretty schnazzy. Toilet roll, you know, you get the idea. Pretty just normal and chill. Just have like a nice hand towel there. Or maybe like a robe somewhere. I don't know. Actually, maybe the robe here and we'll just put the hand towel here. Although no, I don't know where to put the robe and the hand towel. Maybe the hand towel can go here actually. Okay guys, so I've done this. I don't know whether this really screams Spain, but in my head, I would say if I walked into this room, like in Spain, I'd be like, oh, that's a lovely Spanish bathroom. And then I wouldn't shut up about it for like weeks. And I'd be like, wow, I've been to a beautiful Spanish bathroom. So I'd like to think that's what that is. I don't know. You can let me know in the comments if you think that's Spanish. Let's move on abruptly and quickly away from that and spin for the next room that we will be doing. Thankfully, we only have like, what, 4 rooms left to do. So we're doing the dining room next. That's the one I'm terrified to do. I'm so scared to do this one because how do you make a dining room stylized by a country? Let's give it a shot and see what we're gonna get. I'm so scared. What are we gonna do? Oh, is it Ireland? Oh God. Oh God. Okay. Right. We're doing an Irish dining room. An Irish dining room. Totally chill, totally fine. Okay. I did want an exit out to the back of the house in an Irish sorry, in the dining room, because it kind of would be cute to have an exit. So I'm going to do that straight away, and I suppose what I am going to do is I'm just going to do like glass doors. I feel like dining rooms in Ireland, they would be kind of somewhat an unused room sometimes, because a lot of people just eat in the sitting room or like in the kitchen. You'd have like a dining room. So unless then you're like one of these modern people at the moment that just have like a massive dining room, I suppose maybe just like regular little doors to exit the house. I think that would be okay. And I would like to say nice dark wooden floors. I don't know. I actually don't really know what kind of Irish room I'm creating. I think maybe something like that. And definitely before I go any further, there will be like a weird rug on top of it as well. By weird, I don't actually mean like an actual weird rug, but something like red like this. Oh, 100%. Do we not have like something that's not as cute as that though? It's pretty adorable, but maybe that's a bit much. I feel like we could do something with maybe these two rugs. And I know you're going to be like, why two? I don't know why two. But I feel like I'm making like, again, like an old kind of styled room, and we might go for a round dining table. I think that would be pretty snazzy. I feel like, again, a lot of old Irish like dining rooms would have been kind of like a part of the kitchen. So you could go for like a long kind of wooden table like this, which actually doesn't look too bad. But I was kind of thinking of using this one from the horse ranch pack. What are we thinking? Like, I'm thinking of like an old Irish family home that like only uses this room for Christmas, like that kind of way, you know? Oh, that kind of matches. Okay, how many chairs am I supposed to put here? Yeah, we could do something like that type of like dining room, like the kind of unused dining room. Like, we really only use this for Christmas, and that's about it, you know? Okay, I'm really trying to make this look interesting, and the kind of narrative I suppose I'm going with is like that unused dining room. We only use it for Christmas, so it's pretty dusty, I suppose, as well. But it's a very old kind of traditional, again, I keep saying that word, but I don't even know what that means at this point. But kind of like an old Irish farmhouse, where maybe one of the walls is still like an exposed like brick kind of vibe, you know, something like that. I think is pretty cute. Again, I'm looking up at images, and some of the images are absolutely horrifying. But yeah, I'm thinking a lot of the old homes as well in Ireland would have had like their dining room a part of the kitchen, if you get me. But I think this so far looks pretty cute. Okay, so I think I'm kind of happy with the way this looks. Again, it's just like an old kind of nice dining room. I would say this is pretty cute, and I definitely would say I have seen this when I was definitely in some like B&Bs maybe years ago. I don't know, maybe you still have a dining room like this, and that's totally fine. But that's kind of what I'm thinking. It's quite dark, it's quite dreary, nothing is kind of touched, and it's kind of nice that way because it just reminds you of the fact that, yeah, we don't use this room. It's a very unused room. But that is your Irish dining room, everybody. Do you like it? Yes or no? Let me know. Right, next room. We're spinning for the next room that we are going to be doing. We have 3 rooms left. What is next? Sitting room. Oh, interesting. That is very interesting considering we have Japan, France, and America left. So let's spin. Give me something good. I really want to do like an American bedroom. So, oh, a French sitting room. Whoa. Okay, that's pretty interesting. But I think this one could be fun. I imagine there being like a lot of books and it being kind of like wooden floors, kind of like ones like that. But you know those like paneled walls? Oh, I really want to use them. I think I'm going to use them. I think I'm going to use these. I know it's CC and I don't usually go for CC in my builds like this, but like imagine that. Very like, oh, this is my little loft that I live in. Okay, I don't know what that means, but you know, like those like cute French boutique apartment home kind of vibes, and they kind of just sit there reading books and they have their red wine and then they go out on town then afterwards. I think something like that. Oh, even something like this. I know this is from the, actually I thought that was the country pack, but maybe something like this and then some fancy schnazzy chairs next to it, like, let's see. Kind of like something like this. Almost like so uncomfortable as well. It's like, we don't sit here. Like, oh, this kind of reminds me of France as well. Because I don't want to just do this and pretend it's like Victorian times. Like, I don't want that. I kind of want more like, oh, kind of something like this as well. You know, like that kind of vibe. Like French modern vibe. Okay, so I suppose we could also work with the door here as well. I suppose we could go for a door like that. It really reminds me of like, again, like Parisian kind of loft apartment. I don't know what I'm trying to say at this point. But something like that kind of also gives me good vibes. I don't know. Like, I don't want it to be like French countryside. Like, we can put that as one of the things. I think I'm gonna go for this door. It's very random, but I think that kind of vibe is what I'm feeling, you know? Oh, guys, I don't know. I'm actually really enjoying this for some reason. I thought this would be a lot harder, which I mean, it still is pretty tricky, but it does really make you think outside the box. And I think that's probably the best part of all of this. Like, look at how funky that looks. So we're talking about maybe like a woman in her like 30, a woman in her 30s. I'm almost a woman in my 30s. But like someone may be living here and they're, I don't know, maybe they work in like a cute little French bakery and they love reading. You know? Definitely that is the vibe. I need windows, by the way. Okay, so we need big, grand, big windows. I think. I don't know. Like, I kind of want something like that. Wait, now, do we not have like... no, not that. Kind of like those, but then again, do you know those like cute little shutters as well? Or like that. Oh, that's very American though, I feel. Oh, guys, I don't know. What kind of window do French people have? I kind of feel like these ones. What if I go for two like that? Okay. And then I could also go for another one here, but we'll have like a little TV set up here. Even though this person doesn't watch TV very often because they're definitely out in town, like meeting up with friends at a cafe in a French little French cafe. You know? Do you get me? Please say you do, because I think this is brilliant and I'm actually having so much fun doing this. You have no idea. Like, try this. This is bizarre how much fun I'm having. Should be illegal to have this much fun. Okay, maybe like a tiny TV. Maybe on something like this. 1 second. What about like one of these? Not that one. This one's kind of pretty. I feel like I need to get rid of this window actually and just put another one of these here instead. Kind of like that maybe. Because like this is almost like a modern and traditional twist. And I think that kind of French vibes are giving me like the good vibes. The okay vibes. And maybe what I might do is I might just make this TV... Oh, okay, that TV looks weird bigger. Although maybe they do have a TV on the wall. I want to make it smaller, but the two dots are kind of freaking me out. So maybe they do have a TV like that. Oh my god, this is so cute. I personally think my tray should be placed up here because of course they would be having a beverage. I'd say this is more of like an alcoholic beverage in a sense that maybe it's like a bit of wine or maybe it's not. Maybe they're having, what, French people don't really drink tea. I think they're more coffee drinkers. So maybe it's like a pot of coffee, maybe some like plants around the place. Oh my god, yes. I don't know. I'm really getting into it though, can you tell? So it's like, I don't really know what I'm talking about, but at the same time, I feel like I know everything. Oh, I know everything about the French now all of a sudden. So it makes no sense, but definitely something like that. And this apartment, of course, when you're like coming up the steps to it, you're like going up these like windy little steps to this apartment, and there's no elevator as well in the building. That was our last apartment that we stayed in, actually. No elevator. We had to haul up all of our luggage up the stairs, and it's crazy. It was like 4 or 5 floors with massive luggage, but okay. Why do I kind of feel like they would have this chandelier? Like in the nicest, most respectful way possible. I feel like they would have this like insane chandelier that's a bit like, Lord above, where did you get that? But it's like, it's fashion and you wouldn't know anything about it, you know, that kind of way. I think that's pretty snazzy. And I also think my favorite lights could probably work in this space as well. So I might pop down a couple of these bad boys around the place. That would be pretty snazzy. Maybe actually over here, what they would have is just some like maybe chest of drawers and things like that. I don't know. I feel like that's kind of French. Something like that maybe. Definitely a nice like big standing mirror as well before you go see the people. You know, you got to make sure you look right. So definitely some sort of a mirror. Although maybe what I could do is I could put this mirror here, but also like another one of these things. Yeah, maybe just something like this. That seems pretty nice. Maybe some sort of sculptures. I feel like they would definitely have some sculptures in this room. Some owls. I don't know. Don't know how much owls I like in this room. Okay, what about if I go into French country? I see that's way too like country vibes. I want French. Just French, no country. Maybe like a duck. I don't know. A French duck, you know? Maybe. I feel like they also would have, where's like that big statue of that like woman standing? Or maybe this peacock. Oh my god, of course they'd have this peacock. Very, very French peacock vibes. Absolutely. Maybe not pink as such. Maybe like this bronze statue of peacock, absolutely they would have that. So I think I'm going to put down a light like that here as well. Maybe like another little rug of some sort carrying us through the space, you know, maybe something like that. I feel like that's also very French. I don't know. Don't quote me on it. Please don't quote me on anything I'm saying today, because I'm like really getting into character. I'm like, I am French and I know everything, you know? So that's the kind of vibe I'm taking ye down with me with this weird vibe. So just, yeah. Just forget I said anything after this video, okay? Because this is very particular. A coat hanger. As in like a coat thing. Yes, one of these. So French. Okay. I kind of love this. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of love this room so bloody much. It's insane. Okay, I think I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy to call this a day, honestly. That is, honestly, the cutest little French room. I feel like I could go further, but I don't want to overload it because I feel like it would be quite minimalistic, this kind of French aesthetic that I went with. So yeah, that is our French sitting room, everybody. I think I did an okay job. But anyways, let's spin for the last two rooms. So we still have bedroom and office, which are two big rooms, office space. Okay, let's see. I kind of now wish office would be America and Japan for bedroom. Although, do you know what? At this point, I really don't mind what we're going to do. So let's see what kind of an office we're going to be doing. Oh, an American office. And I just realized something. I need a door to go in here. Okay. Right. We're going to be doing an American office. And I just realized these, I need to put doors into these rooms because I'm a bit of an idiot. So clearly I forgot. So maybe I'm just going to move a couple of things around. Just briefly going to move a couple of these things. And let's try get into our American office, whatever the heck that means. Well, I think straight away what I am going to do is I'm going to obviously again say that this is going to be kind of like a New York, Brooklyn kind of style apartment. So I want like that exposed brick on one wall. I want like dark colors. I want this to feel like such a stereotypical, in a way, like little apartment that, you know, is owned by someone that lives in New York. That's what I want. And that is what I'm hoping to create with the space. I don't know how that will look, but I think that would be quite interesting. I don't do homes like that very often, again, because I feel like I don't know anything about them. So it's hard to talk about a country you've never been to. And so far up to this point of the video, I have been to all the other countries. So it was easy in that sense. But now I'm doing America, which is a country I really, really want to visit. So I want to make sure that I make it look nice. And also we're doing an office space. I'm kind of thinking maybe like a writer, someone that definitely, I think, writes it at the computer a lot. So I think I'm going to go for industrial as part of our American style. And I'm kind of, oh, not that. I'm kind of thinking of this window. Maybe actually this window instead. Maybe something like that would feel a little better for our industrial kind of vibed room. But also maybe like a big kind of window like that as well, just to open up that space a bit. I feel like I wouldn't be too opposed to the idea of something along those lines. I mean, we don't really need that many windows, but at the same time, if I'm imagining kind of like a loft apartment, again, I'm imagining a lot of windows, quite like an airy, spacious feel. Also, the concrete floors already are kind of working. So maybe we might just go, oh, look at this texture. Oh yeah, that is a texture we love to see. So, desk wise, I mean, any kind of nice, dark, rich wood, for desk. So I'm kind of thinking maybe, oh, this is interesting. Again, I don't know what an American desk looks like, but I'm kind of just thinking that it doesn't have to be a specific style now, because we already have the style definitely decided with that like Brooklyn apartment, you know? Again, I cannot wait to go to America and experience all these things firsthand. So I am going to do like a little seating area here in the back as well. So I'm kind of thinking maybe like two of these little seater seats. I don't know. I think these would be quite cute with maybe this kind of wooden table in the middle of it, even though that table is massive. Can I make it a bit smaller? Yeah, I feel like that's a bit better. I think something like this would look very cute. Maybe also another tray. I know this is tray number 2 in this video, but like, come on, we got to use the tray. Got to use that tray when we can. It's probably floating, but you get the idea. Maybe on like a kind of like slightly darker wood tone. Love it. I feel like there would be shutters for some reason, like kind of shutters that you would almost like close yourself, like a button, but also maybe like one of these curtains, because I mean that's pretty cute as well. So maybe I'll just do one of these. Also, because I think this person is a writer, how funny would it be if they had like a little coffee machine here that maybe they just like to make their little coffee on the go inside here. So what if we have like a little coffee station? Like maybe on this little thing, we could have like a little espresso machine, like one of these. I mean, is it not going to snap here? Are you absolutely kidding me that I have to use a countertop? What if I take a countertop, right? And then make it small. Wait, now, can I not make a countertop small? You're got to be kidding me that I can't make a countertop smaller or bigger. Well, they knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to make it, oh my God. I wanted to make it smaller so that I could hide it, so that I could still put down my coffee machine. God damn it. Okay, never mind then. I'll think of something else. Maybe just like an incense. I actually don't know. A fruit bowl? Maybe these. These are kind of cute here. Very fancy, very snazzy. I don't really know. This room seems to be kind of turning out to be like the weirdest one so far. The concept I think is very strong, but I feel like I'm just not portraying it very well. And maybe it's because I am like holding myself back a little bit because I'm a bit scared. I don't know what it is, but I just want to do a nice job with this. But I also don't know what kind of vibes there would be. I feel like something like that would be here. Well, see, that's from the City Living pack. So I feel like, am I just cheating? A gold? Would they have gold? Maybe some jazz, some smooth jazz there. Yeah, absolutely some smooth jazz. We'll put that there. I really don't know now. I'm kind of struggling. Like, obviously, everyone watches quite a lot of American TV, so we can kind of see American vibes through the TV. But, like, now I'm struggling. Are you kidding me? I don't know what to do. A lot of my viewers are from America, so I feel like you guys are screaming at me, being like, you could have done this, and there's so many things you could have done. And I know, but I'm really struggling, guys. I don't know what to do. What do I do? Seriously, this is crazy. I feel like I've just messed it up. Like, is this a New York style apartment? Office? God knows. Honestly, God knows. Something like that? I feel like we're missing something here. More plants? I'm really, really struggling with this one. Yeah, maybe this plant, but I'll make it a bit smaller. Yeah, there we go. Make it a bit smaller. Put it next to the bookshelf, and then that goes there. And then, I don't know, like another weird light. Maybe something like that. Is that American feeling? God, guys, this is just turning out weird, isn't it? Okay, I'm seriously like about to give up with this room because I don't know what else to do. So I'm just gonna do a light as well. Like, I feel like these would be quite industrial kind of apartment in New York feeling. I really don't know what an apartment in New York actually feels like, but I think something like that. So very, again, kind of minimalistic because we're keeping it really chill vibed. And yeah, it's the brick wall really. That's the only thing. And those windows that are making it feel like it's American. Everything else is just a regular room. So apologies for that one. But anyways, let's move on to the very last room, which should be easy for me. It's a Japanese inspired bedroom. Surely this is something that's just going to fly off the tongue. I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but you get the idea. Surely this is going to work beautifully. Maybe I'll just extend it a little bit, or maybe I'll bring it back a bit. Wait, where did that go? Why does it remove something from my kitchen? Excuse me. Okay, so Japanese bedroom. So again, I'm just going to filter through and actually go to one pack that we can use, which is the Snowy Escape. And that is a pack that's really going to help us out with this. I mean, I love this pack and you know it. I've been using this pack like religiously every 2 minutes for something. Look at it. Look at the beauty of this pack. Genuinely, like this pack every time still inspires me to build something different, and I'm obsessed and I love it. This door already inspires me so much that I don't know what to do with myself. But anyways, I mean, there is a lot of different things we can do. There is tatami flooring, which I think would be a cool idea to do. So I will leave it out here for a minute. But I also just feel like regular wooden floor, like this floor. So I feel like what I could do is we could try and do maybe some sort of a pattern. I really don't know, like the kind of tatami floor pattern that is supposed to be. But I'm kind of thinking, imagine if this was also raised on a little platform and that's where your bed is. Oh God, okay. Right, I just messed up the whole house. That's fantastic. Okay. So for the bed, I would like to use the futon beds, but we don't have that in the Sims. So I am going to just use the bed that came with this pack. I don't know whether a bed is allowed to stand on tatami mats. Please don't fight me in the comments about it. I really actually don't know much about the tatami mats, but I think I'm going to go for something like this. And then we're going to go for maybe these little bedside lockers. I think these would be pretty adorable to use here. I love those. That's that's pretty snazzy. I mean, I am going to try and use as many objects from this pack as it is physically possible. So maybe we'll have that there. Okay, let's go into some windows as well. I think we should definitely have something like that here, right? I love this window and you know it. Like, I'm obsessed with this window. So maybe I won't use it again here. Maybe that's a bit much. I like this one. This one's like opened. I like the idea of that as well. But maybe I could do one like this and then one like opened. I really don't know what it's meant to be like or feel like with these. Okay, I also need to move all of this over a bit. Whoopsies. Okay, I don't really know if that's something that I like, but I guess we're doing this. I kind of would like to do another window somewhere, so maybe I'll just do one here. Okay, so for the walls, we've got these, so I mean, it would feel right to use them. So maybe I'll use something like that, but then just one like this here, and then maybe a little bit of that around the back side here. Maybe we'll change this door. I do want a pattern though. Sakura trees? I don't know. Maybe that's a bit much. Maybe we'll go for this one. I mean, that one is absolutely stunning. Maybe then on like this wall here, we'll go for a little bit of detail and we'll run a little bit of that there. But also this back here. And then I suppose a bit more of that here. Much. No, that's a bit much. Maybe I'll run that back up here again because you can't really see the bottom anyways. So that's pretty cute, I think. Okay, I just made that a bit smaller just to give the space a bit more room. I feel like there's a lot of pressure on me right now because I want to do a great job with this, but I don't want to, I don't know, rush through it, I suppose. These are obviously stunning, so it would be nice maybe if we could just put like a tiny one of these here. Maybe let's bring a little bit of color, maybe with some cute designs here. Obviously, I know that that's not the way that these are supposed to be used. Maybe actually what I'll do is I'll just put one of them up here, and then for this wall, maybe we could actually use this. I feel like that color-wise also works really pretty. So I think that would be okay if I just use something like that. That's pretty snazzy. Love it. Obviously, there's absolutely amazing artwork. So don't even get me started on that because I could go on for days talking about like the beautiful artwork. You see me using these like 24/7 all the time. So I don't even know. I'm going to try and use one maybe that I haven't used before. Maybe like this one here. Am I drilling it to the wall or am I drilling it to the wood, do you think? What would they prefer? I feel like the wall because you can plaster the wall, but maybe the accents of wood are very old and very traditional. I'm going to Japan in a couple of weeks and we're actually staying in a traditional house in Kyoto for a night when we're there. And I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be definitely an experience, like a different type of experience. I've never stayed obviously in a traditional house. So of course, how would I know what it is like? But I think it will be definitely an experience, say the least. It's like a shared kind of house. And I don't know. I'll let you know what it's like. I'm actually buying a camera so I can kind of slightly vlog while I'm there. So you will know all about my trip when I come back. So don't you worry. You will know everything. If I go into the lighting, see there is loads of different cute lights. Like that I wouldn't say is Japanese. I feel like that's more Chinese. But then again, it comes from the pack. So well, maybe they are right. Maybe this is Japanese. Love the way I'm questioning this. You know, The Sims made this, so The Sims should know. Oh, this is like my other favorite painting in the game. Like, look at that. Oh, I think maybe I just love Japanese architecture and everything about Japan, actually. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's why I'm just so unbelievably happy to look at it. It just makes me feel so happy to see it all the time in my game. I also just realized that this rug comes from this pack. I genuinely did not know. The more you know, and I use this all the time in my bathrooms, and only today I've realized that this is this pack's rug. Fair enough. Can't believe I didn't know that. I'm gonna just add some regular plants as well. Maybe this hanging one. I feel like that would be pretty cute to add here. Definitely this one as well. I think that has quite severe Japanese vibes going on here as well. Hate the way that's trying to snap to the platform. Not happy about that, honestly. And it can't go any lower. That's very annoying. What if I just put that? Oh, there. It's not snapping there. Okay, that's perfect. I'll move that over a little bit. Actually, maybe I'll change because I think the color is flashing. Maybe I'll just clashing is what I was trying to say. Clashing. What other nice kind of Japanese vibed lights do we have? Okay, we have loads. We have these. Maybe I'll put that one there, but then also I might put, oh, these ones are so cute. I might put this one here, but I might make it a tad smaller. Like it's just that bit dramatic. Okay, that's pretty adorable. What do we think so far? I mean, of course you would look at this and you'd be like, yeah, that's a Japanese room, of course. But like, what do we think? Is it nice? A tea set above the bed? I don't really know how to feel about that. Maybe this tea set could go up here. That's pretty cute. Maybe I'll move this over somewhere. Maybe above the bed. Oh my god, beautiful. Move this over a little bit. That's nice. Oh, I love these as well. These are nice. Take off your shoes, of course. Take them off. Do not come in with your dirty shoes in here. Oh, I love this little poof, actually. This poof is absolutely adorable. Maybe we could put that somewhere. Maybe I'll just put it there. I know it mightn't make the thing functional, but I think that also looks pretty adorable. Maybe we could use some of these shelves. I might make them a little smaller. Although, what am I going to put on the shelves? So that's the problem. Problem. Let's see. There's actually a lot of really cute decor pieces. Oh, there's a bookcase and all, but I have no room. God damn it, I can't. There's a fridge, there's a hot pot. Oh, a little lantern. What do we think about a little lantern? I think that's pretty cute. We'll put it up here. What do we think about this little lantern here? I think that's pretty cute. Although, is it? Oh, it's floating, never mind. Maybe I could just put it like here instead, and we could put that plant like over here instead. Yeah, I think that looks a bit better. Nice little lantern by the door, so you know where the exit is. Oh, there's a lovely mirror as well, actually. But again, I'm kind of running out of space now at this point. I don't really know where to put this mirror. So maybe the mirror won't be attending. Definitely that there. And then maybe, oh wait, now maybe that one there. But then this one over here. So pretty. Wow. So nice. Could I put that there as well? Or is that just like a clash of designs? I feel like it is a clash of designs. Maybe I'll just get rid of this and I'll put two of them here. I want one that doesn't necessarily resemble a coffee shop or a restaurant. Maybe just that would be okay. That's quite pretty, guys. What do we think? I really love Japan, and Japan stole my heart. The first time I ever went there, it took it. It stole my heart, it ran with it, and it's never giving it back. And hence why, because I am going to Japan again for the second time. And some people do think that that is extremely bizarre, and they're like, Sandra, there's so many other beautiful countries in the world, which there are, don't get me wrong. Like, I do want to go to New York next year, but Japan just stole my heart, and I will never ever say no to Japan ever again. If someone says, oh my god, what the heck is that? If someone says, Sandra, let's go to Japan tomorrow, I am always going to go. You won't stop me. Like, I'm just going to Japan. So that's why I think that, yeah, I feel like Japan is definitely very close to my heart, and I love it. I love it so much. So I don't know what I'm doing with these little figurines, but I'm putting them up there. I think that's pretty adorable. I really hope you think that this looks cute, because I definitely have seen a lot of builds like that when I was in Japan, and I am going to see a lot more when I'm over there. I did say a while ago I'm going to a traditional house as well in Japan, which I think would be quite a lot of fun. But the whole idea of the culture, the way people live, the way that they act, the respect that they have for each other and everyone, it's actually bizarre, and us Westerners and even Eastern Europeans could learn quite a lot from it. I won't go into a mass detail about it, but maybe I'll talk a little bit about that in my little Japan vlogs when I'm over there. But Japan just stole my heart, and I have, as I said, I've been to quite a lot of countries. Oh my god, I just zoomed out and I was like, whoa, this house is crazy. I've been to a lot of countries, but as I said, Japan is just, it stole my heart. And out of all of the stylistic kind of places with different designs, Japan definitely is also my favorite. So there's a lot of things about Japan that I absolutely love, and I will never say no to. So with that spiel, I could go on about Japan for absolutely hours and hours, and I am still going to do a Japanese build, because there is so many beautiful ways that you can take Japanese architecture in as well. So I will do a Japanese build, so we will talk more there soon. But guys, that essentially concludes my whole house, where every single room is a different country. And I personally would like to say I think it worked out okay. I mean, you wouldn't be able to tell that that's a Polish kitchen, but you'd definitely be able to, I suppose, suggest that it's somewhat an Eastern European kind of country. This could be a little bit questionable, but that is an Irish dining room. We've got a French, again, I don't know whether you'll be able to tell that that's French or not, but I tried my very best with this one, okay? And I really love this room. So this is your French, whatever take on France you want to take from this is your French sitting room. But a very poor attempt at a New York office. Again, I think I need to go to New York to do a bit of research on that one. And you've got a Spanish bathroom, which now I'm thinking that cactus coming out of the shower would be a very dangerous game. But anyways, let's do a very quick tour of the inside. Welcome to this, again, very deceiving house. Well, from the front, actually, considering I have so many curved windows, it actually looks okay. But if you look around the side of the house, every single window is different. So it can be a little bit questionable. So I don't know whether you would want this in your game. But the style was a lot of fun. So you can peep through into New York from this window. But let's head on over into French sitting room. So again, I actually really like the way this turned out. You may argue in the comments, but I think that this is a pretty cute French little like a room, like a little French sitting room. I don't know. It just really reminds me of Paris anyways. I was literally only there in April. Then you head on over here and you've got very dreary room. This is your Irish dining room. It looks very scary. You've got Steve. I think Steve is his name. But maybe in Ireland he'll be called John or Shane, in fact. But you've got this room. I can feel the dust when I walk into this room. But look, it would be used around Christmas. You've got a nice door to enter your empty back garden. But this is the Irish dining room. Then we are heading on over to a weird sliding door to represent a Polish kitchen. And again, I wish that we had an Eastern European pack, and I'm going to beg for it for a very long time until maybe I get hurt. Hello Sims, if you're watching, or if you are Eastern European as well, let me know if that's something that you want. If maybe you're not lacking that from The Sims, also let me know, because maybe I'm just blind and I don't understand styles very well. But personally for me, maybe the styles that I see in Poland, or maybe that I've seen when I was a child there, we don't have enough of that, and I wish we were represented a bit more through like the windows. I think the decor pieces were okay. I could take the decor pieces, they're okay, but maybe some countertops, definitely tables, beds. I think that there is a lot that you could work with. I think that The Sims should reach out to me and I will make you a brilliant Eastern European pack and you won't look back. Then we've got a Japanese inspired, oh I love it so much, honestly, sorry. I absolutely love this room. That just makes me so bloody grateful to be lucky enough to be able to travel to these countries, and the fact that I'm going to Japan again, you know, it makes going to work and working hard on my YouTube channel just that much more. Why am I getting upset? Sandra, stop it. It just makes it that much more exciting, and it makes me push through, and it makes me grateful and very happy. So anyway, let's leave this room before I start crying. Then we've got your Spanish bathroom, which I love the vibes. I mean, I think I did an okay job. It's definitely like Mediterranean. I feel like maybe like a Brazilian, maybe Portugal as well. So it's definitely a very broad idea of Spain that I have in this room, but I would like to say that I think that's kind of Spanish. I don't know. I like it though. I really like this interior and I'm not mad at it. So I think there's definitely, like, that reminds me, okay, maybe that's more Italian, but like that kind of reminds me of Spain. Do you see like those little rooftops? I don't know. What do we think? Am I reading this room wrong? You let me know. And then we've got the last room, which I'm actually the most embarrassed by, but I guess it does make sense because I've never been to America. I've never been to New York. So I think this New York / North American style room definitely lacks a little bit. I feel like I could have done a little bit more. I mean, I suppose when you're looking at it from this angle, it's not the worst, but I feel like I could have done a lot better with this room. So let me know what I'm missing from this room, because I feel like a lot of my viewers are American, so I feel like you guys would be pros at this, so definitely let me know. But yeah guys, overall I think this was probably the most fun I've had in a while building a house, and I definitely want to do one maybe with countries I don't know, because obviously like I struggled a lot with New York, even though I thought I knew a lot about America, but I clearly don't. But I've never been to America, so it does make sense. So maybe the way Deligracy did it felt kind of interesting, that she just did random countries just to see whether it is absolutely possible, not to be like mathematically correct in all the cultural aspects of the room, but just to see whether it is absolutely possible to make these rooms, because we have established that an Eastern European room is a bit hard, but it is possible. Let me know what you think, and let me know how you thought I did with all these rooms. But honestly, I love the way this house turned out, and I actually would love to see like a let's play here or something. I don't know. Anyways guys, I'm going to leave you with this beautiful view of all of the rooms that we did. If you have any other ideas like this, similar to this, maybe I should do something more specific like towns. I don't know, would that even be possible? But any kind of ideas like that, let me know down in the comments, because I've really enjoyed this one. I think it really does make you think outside the box quite a lot, and it makes you use objects in the game that you don't normally do. And I think, you know, it's good to appreciate all these different styles, because we can get so bogged down by the contemporary and the modern these days and use the exact same objects in the game all the time. I know you're like that too. It's the same as me. That's all I ever do. So challenges like this really make you use objects that you don't normally get to appreciate. So I really enjoy it. But as per usual guys, if you are new here, don't forget to check out my other videos. I have them linked for you down below. Don't forget to subscribe, because that really does make my day. And yeah, yeah, I shall see you in the next building video probably, or my tiny town challenge. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.